Hello, fellow cycling fans, and welcome to my preview of Milano Sanremo 2025. La Primavera, the first monument of the season, is here. In this video, I will present race profile and map. We'll check the weather, then I will discuss some potential scenarios, how the race will unfold. Then we're going to look at bookmakers odds, and of course I will pick my winner of this race. So this is a really long race, 289 kilometers from the small city near Milano Pavia all the way to Ligurian Sea and the city of Sanremo. First half of the race is almost completely flat, one small climb before the halfway point Passo del Turchino, and then along the coastline all the way to Sanremo, featuring two decisive climbs, Cipressa and Poggio di Sanremo. This is how it looks on the map. So here is Pavia, we're going south to the coastline and then all the way to Sanremo. The weather on Friday in San Marino will be really rainy. It will rain throughout the night. However, on Saturday when the race is, it is probably going to be sunny, some 16 degrees Celsius, slight chance of rain, and the wind will be around 15-20 kilometers per hour from the east, and that means that in the final 20-30 kilometers it will be a tailwind, so maybe that can favor an attack. This is the climb of Poggio di Sanremo. It crests here, and this is the descent all the way down to the city center of Sanremo. As we can see here in more detailed how the race organizers presented this. This is where the hardest part of the core of the climb is 8%. But the main climb and what everyone is talking about is Cipressa, the penultimate climb in this race. Why is that? Well, in previous years we saw a win from, let's say, Wout van Aert in a sprint of a small group. We saw last year Jasper Philipsen winning in a sprint of a big group. We saw Matej Mohoric attacking on the descent and winning. We even saw Jasper Stuyven winning with a late attack on the flat in the final 2.3 kilometers, and of course we've seen Mathieu van der Poel winning after his attack on Poggio. So we have many scenarios. But we in this race also have Tadej Pogačar. He is the top favorite by some bookies, but in previous years, in 2022, 23, and 24, he tried with an attack on Poggio, but all three times he was unsuccessful. He was either caught on the descent or he didn't even manage to build a gap. So Cipressa is a much harder climb, almost 6 kilometers at 4.1% compared to the Poggio's 3.7 kilometers at 3.7%. Of course, UAE have a team with Langen and Polit to control the breakaway. Also, Domenova can help. Then he can try and help the others position on the Cipressa. So, can they really build a significant gap here? Well, they have Valence, they have Narvaez, and the key man in this lineup is Isaac Del Toro, who won today in Milano Torino. So if they drill it on Cipressa, I think yes, there is a small chance that they can create a separation with a Pog's attack. But then we have 3 kilometers of downhill, 9 kilometers of flat before the Poggio, and also it is not guaranteed that he will extend his lead on the Poggio itself. Then another descent, flat into Sanremo. It is a mighty hard task to attack on the Cipressa, but I think that that is a possibility and maybe even the biggest chance of Pogačar to win this race. So the main question of the day will be, will they, Team UAE Emirates, will they attack on Cipressa? Or will Pogačar save himself later on for an attack on Poggio? Does he believe that he can build a significant gap and that he won't be caught until the Sanremo? But another team that we must look at is Alpecin Unique. They are the defending champions with Jasper Philipsen, of course. He crashed today in Belgium. He left in an ambulance. He was able to walk on his own. Hopefully, those injuries are not serious and he will be in Milano on the start line. But we still have a question mark around him. Then Alpecin have Mathieu van der Poel, and even a C option like a safety net in Caden Groves. All three guys more than capable of winning this race in a sprint. Their main focus must be don't let Pogačar distance, namely Mathieu van der Poel, but then also Philipsen and Groves in some degree. But also they need to focus on dropping Jonathan Milan. That guy is my favorite to win this race. He is flying all year long on those climbs, on the descents, in sprints, winning left and right. He is the man to beat, in my opinion. Little Trek with a good squad. They even have Mats Pedersen and Jasper Stuyven, both also capable of winning. So another team with three options. Pedersen flying on the hills. Jonathan Milan, the best sprinter in the world probably right now. Jasper Stuyven, a danger man. He can even bring Milan back if he gets dropped on either Cipressa or Poggio. So Little Trek are the team to beat alongside Alpecin. uh, Intermarché, they have Bini Girmay. They must hope that he survives all the way to the finish and sprints to victory. Bahrain Victorious, of course, need to put Mohoric in the position to attack on the descent, but with Van der Poel, with Pidcock, with Pogačar, who also worked on his descending lately, I just don't see Mohoric repeating his success. Another interesting rider, of course, is another home favorite, Filippo Ganna. I don't see him getting dropped on these climbs. He has a good sprint, not as good sprinter as let's say Van der Poel or Milan, but in a small group he has a good chance to win this race as well. Q36.5 is of course all in for Pidcock here, and then Jayco Alula have Matthews. He is always a danger man in Milano Sanremo. Another team that I want to talk about is Team Visma Lisa Bike. I really like the squad that they bring here. Olaf Koy, one of the top sprinters in the world right now. If he can survive these climbs, and it is a big if, he can be a danger man in the sprint. But then Axel Single, he is flying over those hills. I am pretty sure that he will get at least a top 10 if he is in the mix for in the final. Look out for him. He can even win this race. Tudor Pro Cycling Team with previous winner Julien Alaphilippe is also on my watch list. And who else than Magnus Cort Nielsen with Uno X Mobility? He is also flying, winning races left and right, always a danger man in the sprint. So, what do the bookmakers have? Well, they have Tadej Pogačar as the odds-on favorite. He is the top favorite, but it is far from a certain win for him. This is by far the hardest monument for him to win. There are just so many obstacles in his way to win this race, but I hats off to him for his determination and consistent coming to this race in his preparations to win this race. Congratulations to him. Hopefully one day he can do it. I will be happy to see him winning. Matthew van der Poel, I see many scenarios where he can win. Mats Pedersen as well. Jasper Philipsen, if he survives and comes to the in the barn sprint, then of course he is a good option. But I still think that Jonathan Milan can even climb better than Jasper Philipsen, and I think that right now he's a better sprinter. Philipsen also crashed, so Milan is my pick. Filippo Ganna, danger man always. Tom Pidcock as well, but it is so hard to see them all winning this race. It is a wide open. So tell me in the comments who is your pick. Thank you for watching this preview. Like it if you enjoy my comments about races. Don't forget to subscribe, it really helps the channel. Have a great day, and I hope to see you soon for my next previews. Bye!